Hi and welcome to today's video where I've got my empties for October 25. I say this every month, but I can't believe the year has travelled so fast and we're near the end of the year and yet another end of month empties. So I've got a big array in front of me. I did empty my bag and I shall put them back in. I'll do it reverse this time. So here we go. I've got a number of bath items. They're not all exactly the same. I do have a bit of variety. I've got quite a number of Radox, and this is the Muscle Soak in blue, which is really nice, the sage one. So that is the best for aching muscles. But also, well, actually this red one's very good as well. It has black pepper and ginseng. It's the red one, red colour, liquid. Love that one. But you get about 4 or 5, maybe up to 6 baths off each container. And then this has been my favourite fragrance, and it is a Boots limited edition. I don't know whether they'll expand it, but every time I go into Boots, there's one in. There's only ever one, so I pick one up. So I would like to get a few, but I'm always hunting these down. So it is basically the Radox Mineral Feel Revitalised, blended with minerals, wild cherry and raspberry bath soak. Absolutely lovely. It's predominantly cherry. I do have a problem with artificial cherry. Not smelling particularly nice to me, but I really love this. It may be the combination with the raspberry. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, love it. So I have bought some more. And then finally for bath products, I've got the Frosted Candy Angel from Treacle Moon, and it has with strawberry extract. So this is supposed to be a Lush Snow Angel dupe. I think it's very good. I do like it. I don't shop at Lush, so I love this. It's 500ml. It's around £2, somewhere around that mark. I used it 5 or 6 times and it was lovely as a bath foamer, because I have quite a lot of body washes, so I thought I'd use that. Mr. Bear used this as a body wash and it's really nice. It's the Hotel Collection from Aldi. I don't know if you've been in there, if you've tried it, but obviously it depends what your preference is, but the scent is mandarin, cypress, cedarwood and amber. Now I like the fragrance. Mr. Bear really loves it. Oh, it's absolutely lovely and rich. It's very much similar to Molten Brown and some of the M&S ranges they have. I think the colouring is very much a rip-off of the M&S range. Absolutely lovely, and we need to pick up some more next time we go. But again, that this isn't always in. They have a pallet load every now and again, but I really love this, and Mr. Bear said he really enjoyed it. We've gone through a couple of body scrubs. Mr. Bear mainly used this one. It's a very oily one. It's got a massive oil layer on top. So it can make the bath a bit slippy. Or the shower, he used this in a month. He does use a lot and he enjoyed it. So it is the coconut one, and that's from Home Bargains. Then I have another scrub from Aldi. I bought loads of these, so I'm still working my way through. It is the Lacura Tropical Essence, which is a copy of the Bum Bum scrub, which I've also had. I like it just as much as the Bum Bum scrub. It's a bit easier to use, I would say, not as dry, but yeah, really enjoyed that one. What else? Bath and Body, anything here? Oh yes, I have from Course or Caress, a Gardenia body wash, which I got a few months ago in a Next beauty box. Absolutely lovely. You need to really like white floral, but it's slightly sweetened white floral with the Gardenia. Absolutely lovely, but not too sweet. I think it is certainly, I tend to think that Course stuff is unisex, and I think this is absolutely lovely. For hair, I've got a Aussie Sensational Protecting Mist. I'm not sure if this is still around. I've had this about 3 years, but it does have a tropical, a bit like the original Elemis bath products that have, I can't think what it is, Manoi. It's a bit like that. That's the fragrance. I think the Elemis fragrance is better, a more refined fragrance, but it's on similar lines. So I enjoyed that. I'm not sure how much it did to protect the hair, but I did use it. Then I've got a product I'm going to give away, and I have partially used it. And you might think, but why are you giving that away? Why don't you just dump it? Well, the reason is that it's by Oribe and it is their Gold Lust mask. This is 150ml. It's at least £40 for this. I've used about a third of it. So I have friends that would gladly use this. So I'm going to give this one away. What's happened is that I didn't realise at the time of purchase that it has biotin in. And it's fine if you're doing it down the length of the hair, but if biotin hits my scalp, it is supposed to promote hair growth, but I have a problem with biotin, and so basically I tend to put my hair up in a bun, in a shower cap, with the mask on, and it obviously got to the scalp. Now I could just drag it through the ends. I prefer not to do it that way, so I'd rather give it away and let someone else have a try, because I can't use the Gold Lust range because it is a biotin range, which is great for most people, just not for me because of my sensitivities. So other things I've used in the bathroom is this Wild Rose and Gardenia scented candle from Wax Lyrical. I think I got this in a beauty box. Absolutely gorgeous. This is a UK brand, and I really think it really does smell of Wild Rose and Gardenia. Absolutely lovely. I'm going to scrape the contents out and use it in a burner. I'm going to leave them here, use them in a burner. Then I have another hair item, actually took about a year to use up. This is Nature Spell Rosemary oil. Now you can use that, it says on its body, on the body or hair, but it's generally recommended as a hair oil to promote growth if you put it in the scalp. So that's what I've been doing. It's very, very rich. I just put it in the front part of my head. A little goes a long way. Like I say, it's lasted a year. It's inexpensive. Although it is not a Hollander Barrett's own brand, it is a brand they stock, and they are the main retailer for this item, and it's by Nature's Spell. And I got this in a beauty box, and I probably will use it again, but at the moment I'm using an Umberto Giannini one. So the next item I have is a cleanser for the face. So it's a micellar water, but it's a milky version. Now this came out a number of years ago, and you could get it anywhere. In the last few years it has just been through, I think it is Look Fantastic, either that or Just My Look, one of the online companies, and I got it as a duo. What I find that it isn't stripping, it's really gentle and it's quite moisturising on the skin. That's why I prefer this milky one, but it may be a bit messy in that if you get it on the clothes and whatever, although it is a micellar water. But I think obviously people mustn't have preferred this because it's gloopy, but it is lovely and moisturising. When you think about it, a lot of the Korean skincare is like milky like this. I love it. I've been using this as long as it's been out. And I hope they don't discontinue. Then by Spa, I've got a body lotion, which I think I've got in a next beauty box, and it is in bergamot and jasmine. Really enjoyed that. Very lightweight, can be used all year round. Another candle, and I use the candles in the bath, and that is sandalwood and ylang ylang. I mainly smell that ylang ylang because you know my thoughts on sandalwood. And this is the Black Magic range, and I think I've only got a couple left, and I do get these from TK Maxx because the Parks candles are quite expensive. They are good quality. I really enjoy them, particularly this size burns very, very well. And I either get them from TK Maxx or Brand Alley, which is a membership online company. If you look it up, you can join, and I have bought a couple of sets at a time, but I haven't got any at the moment. Then for a massage medium, which I use as a body moisturiser on damp skin, is the Gucci Guilty, which was in a Project Pan. I got this free randomly in a box when I bought some items online. I'm not sure whether it was Natina or Just My Look, but it was or Hoggies online, maybe Hoggies. It was just put in a box, and a couple of years ago, and I've managed to use it up. Let's just see what else. I'll go, right, for skin cream, I've used up a few. I've used my Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream SPF 30, which I finished off at the end of the month. It's the same formula or feel as the original Pro Collagen Marine Cream, but it's got SPF 30 in. So I was able to use that on its own as an SPF in the autumn, and it lasted around a month of a morning. Of an evening, I've just finished this off at the beginning part of October. It's by Venla Cosmetics London. Never heard of them. Got that in one of the latest in beauty boxes, and that hasn't been going as a monthly subscription for a long time, maybe 2.5 years, maybe more. And so I've quite cute packaging, a bit bulky, but I managed to use that up. A very rich cream. And talking of rich cream, I've got the Emma Hardy Midas Touch Revitalizing cream, which is a moisturizer. It's a gel cream, but very, very rich in emollient. So I use that at night. I've just finished it. Absolutely love that. It's 15ml. But Emma Hardy does great stuff because she is a very well-known facialist. Then I've got for skincare, I've got the Alchemy Neck D-Alchemy Neck and Decollete Wrinkle Fill, and that is 20ml. Got this in a beauty box or advent calendar, so that is the brand. Now this did a good job at filling in lines. I tend to have not so much necklace lines going across, it's just more laxity. This did a great job, I think, with the skin, at helping to lift the skin. So I'm going to look out for that product again. I've got a couple of Lacura, I do like these, at Aldi, biodegradable skin wipes, which I use to get cleansing balm off my face prior to a bath. I use one at a time. There's 25. Because I use them every day, then every few months I'm going to have two. I don't use more than one at a time. Then I have, this is probably from Primark, and it is a bath bomb, a massive bath bomb, which I used. Very nice. Then I have another skin cream. This is an eye cream from QVC. It's by the brand Pry, and they do very nice skincare. I particularly like their neck creams. Now, this one is an eye serum stroke cream, really nice. I can't say it did a lot of benefits, but I would certainly use it again. It was in an airless pump and it was bejewelled, and I really like this. I'm using a face cream at the moment, which is quite rich, but I love this because one, it's airless, and two, it's got bees on, and the worker bee is the symbol of Manchester. Certainly in recent years it has become that, and I'm from Manchester. I live in Greater Manchester, so yeah, that's our symbol. So I love bees, so yeah, very, very nice. So I will keep that container and may repurpose that. Anything else skincare? I'm just having a look. I found another hair care. I've got Colour Wow, and this is the Pop and Lock. This is a shiner, and it looks lovely in the bottle. It's got little glitter in, but it really is quite a heavy silicone, and it does build up in the hair and can leave the hair sticky over progressive uses. So it's not one that I will reuse. Maybe it isn't suitable for my hair particularly, but I do have another full-size one somewhere, but I got this in a beauty kit and used this one up first in a project pan, but it's not a repurchase for me, I'm afraid. Now all the rest here are makeup. I've got one declutter, and I got this earlier on this year. It's the Natasha Denona Bieber palette. It was just too warm toned, so basically I've decanted 3, and 3 I've actually put in another palette where I had colours I didn't like. So I've got 2 I put in another palette, and 1 I've put in a spare pan that's in a bamboo palette. So yeah, I've got rid of this Bieber because it's these two colours look nearly identical, and they're very dark and warm. They're just too dark for me. So what I do like though is that she does use a really good heavy packaging that's made of very heavy acrylic, which is quality. So I'm very pleased about that. But the colours weren't for me, so I'm getting rid of that palette. I've finished up finally a Rocketeur. Now I will show this again on the next update of my project pan because it only had one use, and that was finished up mid-October. Really enjoyed this. It's no longer available, but I do have some alternatives now for that. I finished up a Lil Brows from Benefit, and it was the final one of the trio, and it was the Gimme Brow in shade 2. This lasted a few months, loved it, and it does give colour and hold, and I have a lot of grey in my brows, and I don't have very much brow, so I really enjoyed that little set, which I got in a sale. I eventually finished up my MAC that was in a project pan. This is a contour, it's within the blush range, but it was Back to Nature and long discontinued, finally used up, but it was losing its pigment. I finished up at the very early part of the month a Studio 10 gloss for the lips, which was in my main project pan. I don't think Studio 10's a brand anymore, but I did take the stopper up, all used, and it, like I say, it was shown in a project pan. So yeah, all gone. So that is another gloss out of my collection. So I have finished a lot of makeup this month, an awful lot. I've got the Summer Fridays lip balm. I'm considering this in makeup. It is tinted and I did wear it at times during the day. Now, I have tried a lot of lip balms and I know a lot of people like the Ole Henriksen better than this. I prefer this. I think it's more moisturising and I love the smell. It is brown sugar, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I think it's stunning. So I'm going to get another one of these at some point. I got this in the next advent calendar, which I got last year. I haven't decided to get it this year. So yeah, I'll pick this one up at some point, but I did start and finish it fairly quickly over a couple of months. Then I've got by Morphe, their continuous setting spray. I've bought another, so it tells you I must like them in jumbo. The negative is that although it sprays extremely fine, is the spray nozzle is very fragile, and once it comes off, which mine flew off on its own, it doesn't attach properly ever again, so it does tend to leak and still carry on popping off. So I do wish they had a better nozzle. I'm not sure if they can correct that, because maybe it's a consequence of having an ultra fine mist, because it is very, very fine and continuous. But it didn't put me off buying another. Really nice, very good setting spray. What I will say is it may be slightly mattifying, but not completely by any means. It doesn't claim to be. I'm not sure it adds a lot of dew, but it certainly doesn't mattify down completely. Like I say, it does help with on longevity, and I love the fineness of the mist. I'm just going to put this down. It's getting very heavy. Perhaps shouldn't have done it this way around. I've got a couple of other items. I've got the Bad Girl Bang in a mini. Love this mascara. It's from Benefit. It doesn't have the packaging is different than the full size. I've never had the full size, but I will be getting one at some point. Love this because I have very fine, short, thin hairs. This has got an artificial wand. It's not a bristle type. It's a nylon or silicone type wand. Absolutely wonderful. So it lengthened, it thickened, it curled, it defined. Stunning. So one of my favourites, and it didn't flake or smear. So I'm going to be getting this in future. When I've got through a massive collection that I've got through beauty boxes and advent calendars. Then the final item that I've finished, and this was in a project pan, is by Too Faced, and it is their Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Now this is nice, but whenever I purchased this, it came during a heat spell, so it already melted, and I didn't realise the degree, and I only partially tested it. So within 1 or 2 uses, it got stuck and wound up, and was all quite melted and wouldn't wind back down again. So basically, I had to depot it. What I would suggest is that it's kept in a fridge, and that you check it as soon as you get it. It's just the nature of the formula. It's a really good formula, but it's not as stiff as the Westman Atelier, which I prefer. That's a contour, but this is a bronzer. It acted more as a contour, and I used it with a pink tone to make it more cooler. It wasn't the quite right tone of bronzer for me. It was in Souffle, which was the second lightest, but now they've added more. So the one before is Mousse, which I might pick up, because the Milk Chocolate Soleil that was launched a few months ago in the US has not made its way to Europe, I understand, or to the UK. So they did expand the shades darker, but the lightest one, Milk, is not, which is new, isn't available in the UK. I think it's been out about 3 months, but I did get this when this launched earlier on this year, and there was only 4 colours, I think. So I might get it again in the Mousse. This is in Souffle. I really did enjoy it, but I would keep it in a fridge. So they're all my empties. That's everything I've gone through. Can I say thank you very much for watching, one and all. Thank you for people who have been, there's many of you who've been watching for a long time, and I really do appreciate, that you've been coming back to Little Old Me. And I can also say hello and welcome to people that perhaps have just caught 1 or 2 videos, because I have got quite a few new subscribers, and I'm really grateful because I've been at this an awful long time. I don't know what that says, that I probably haven't been doing it so well, but nonetheless, can I say thank you very much, one and all. Hopefully I shall see you soon in another video. I do have a roundup of the makeup beauty purchases in the last 2 months, because I haven't bought an awful lot, but I think I've got enough to bring a video, which I'll be doing at some point in the very near future. Another point I want to make is I'm still in front of a window. The window is to the side, but I've orientated through 90 degrees. I've got a back wall which I've used previously, but I've put curtains up because when I use a lot of white around me, because I'm very pale, it makes me look paler because the way the camera lighting is, because I use a phone and it's not an expensive phone. It's a Motorola and it's not the top Motorola. So basically the camera isn't brilliant. So it does have problems with the white balance. So hopefully with this in the background, the colour, which is a beige netting, it might be better. It is proper curtains. And I've actually got, look, a bear, a little she bear. So I've got that and painted that. If that was a pale laser cut out bear on balsa wood, so that was recycled. And so now I've got a little bear and I've got a few more ornaments coming. So I'm just trying to jazz things up a little bit. Let me know your thoughts down below on this and my backdrop. It's gone a bit dark, so I'm sorry the lighting won't be at its best because it is getting towards dusk, and it is now just 4 o'clock now I'm finishing. So like I say, thank you for watching. Please do take care of yourselves and enjoy the forthcoming week and the rest of the weekend. I'll hopefully get this video up straight away. Otherwise, I'll see you soon, and bye for now.